Mentioned earlier the word abolitionist, and I said that I had something to share with you. The reason I bring up this idea, this thought process, is because, well, some of you may notice that recently in quote unquote libertarian circles, there's been people who are advocating for supporting Donald Trump. And again, the ideas of Donald Trump are supporting him. And I'm not even talking about individuals on Facebook, and we definitely shouldn't look for leaders, but people with a larger voice, with a following, say Alex Jones, say, other less well-known, less followed people like Christopher Cantwell, the whole InfoWars crew, and even Stefan Molyneux and others who, to me, when you read their writing, they're just coming, like I said, they're coming out of the woodwork, they're revealing themselves as maybe people who understood the idea of liberty, but only for their own ends. The sooner you start making prescriptions for what society could be like, then the second I'd say you're not really an anarchist, because anarchy, freedom, it's a dangerous, beautiful world. Basically, I've never identified as an anarcho-capitalist because I don't think that privatization is necessarily the answer to everything. I think that is the answer to a lot of things, but I think that we can't be too dogmatic and rigid in our views. We can be principled, but we can also learn from other viewpoints. This is why I read the anarcho-communists, I read the anarcho-collectivists and syndicalists, I read the old American individualist. I know that libertarianism isn't just Murray Rothbard and was around before Murray Rothbard and Hoppe and all these different people that some of these American libertarians are stuck on. And I try to take it all in and understand other people. So I think it's important for us to do that and to recognize that we have a wide variety of solutions and ideas. So that I just can't, identify with an anarcho-capitalist or with one particular label in general. And I really consider myself, the more I think about it, to be an individualist anarchist, an individualist in general. And I really like the idea of abolitionists, not only because abolitionists were abolishing slavery, but slavery still exists, and not to discount actual slavery, literally people being sold, which still happens today, but yes, it's still, that form of slavery still does exist, but also slavery to the state and to statism. And maybe you could say you're an abolitionist to abolish the state. So I don't know, what do you think about that? I really don't like wearing labels in general. If anything, I'm an agorist because I practice agorism. I'm a counter-economist. I'm a human being. I'm an individualist. These are all just different labels. And as far as abolitionist goes, I think it sounds cool, but I also don't like being against something, like I'm abolishing something. But what are you for? Don't just be against things, be for things. So those are my thoughts on that's just my rant on the latest libertarian happenings in this quote-unquote movement, which, by the way, you can keep. I really don't want anything to do with the movement. I want to build brand new ideas, and these are my goals, and I think that's what I've become successful as, working with other people around the country who are building awareness, building solutions. And I don't want to get stuck just within one movement. And I think that's what happened with a lot of people. They felt like they found a philosophy and ideology that could work and fix everything, and they tried to cram everybody else in that. But people are diverse. We're not all going to come to the same conclusions. I think we can learn from each other, we can grow, and we can create a beautiful world.